This is Nicolas Jackson missing a one-on-one.
Jackson could be in here for Chelsea. What an opportunity! And it passes him by.
On the half turn.
Mudryk, lovely ball into Jackson, flagged down! Oh, what a save by Martinez. Denying the Senegal striker at the near post.
And this is Joao Pedro scoring a one-on-one.
Joao Pedro away from Joao. It's Joao Pedro! It's clinical! It's ruthless! It's 2-2 at St James's Park! Newcastle United have squandered a lead again!
Backtrack, Palmer, brilliant ball! Joao Pedro for Chelsea!
This is Nicolas Jackson, who can't even finish an open net.
It's Jackson! And he wanted too much time, which allowed Brentford to get back and block on the line.
Can he finish it here? Oh, it's stabbed over by Jackson! What a miss! What a glorious chance!
It's a risky one.
And this is Joao Pedro. He doesn't need an open net. He blasts it from long range and still scores.
Cross, clean away. Joao Pedro! What a goal! Scores against his former club. Apologises to the fans of his former club behind that goal. A muted celebration.
Welcome back, Chelsea fans. Drop your country in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, support the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you get quick updates whenever we drop a new video. It's no surprise that Chelsea massively upgraded their striking department by moving from Nicolas Jackson to Joao Pedro. Of course, if Chelsea didn't sign Joao Pedro or only signed Liam Delap as their striker, the Blues would have been in serious trouble up front. But the signing of Joao Pedro was the absolute difference maker, as Chelsea got a better finisher, better shooter, smarter striker, and more creative player, way ahead of Jackson. Don't get me wrong, Jackson is a good player, and he gave Chelsea some wonderful memories during his time at Stamford Bridge.
Here comes Sterling again. He plays it across Jackson! Finally, he has his goal for Chelsea. Nicolas Jackson in the right place at the right time.
Lovely ball through. Palmer. Jackson waiting! Nicolas Jackson for Chelsea!
Sterling, all the way across for Palmer, for Jackson maybe, and still. Chelsea are starting to feel a whole lot better about themselves and their season.
His hat-trick against Tottenham in November 2023 won't be forgotten in a hurry. 4-1 at Spurs with 9 men is legendary.
Because Son could have equalised.
Oh, they're in again.
He's going to give it to Mudryk. No, he's going to walk in the hat-trick. Quite a night for Nicolas Jackson. Quite a night for Mauricio Pochettino. And Tottenham just running out of numbers, running out of legs. Now.
His goals in the Conference League final against Real Betis helped Chelsea become the first club to win all 4 major European trophies.
Great turn by Palmer, and his cross was great too! The turnaround is complete in Poland! Nicolas Jackson with the header, and no wonder he's smiling! This is brilliant from Chelsea!
Those moments matter, but let's face it, Joao Pedro is miles ahead of him in almost every department. Let's talk about 3 areas where Joao Pedro is genuinely better than Nicolas Jackson. Area number 1, finishing. Nicolas Jackson scored 14 Premier League goals in his debut season for Chelsea in 2023 to 2024. In that season, he showed Chelsea fans that he's a good player, but at the same time, a terrible finisher, because he could have easily scored more than 30 goals if he was clinical enough. His conversion rate was just 15.4% in the Premier League. That's shockingly low for a striker at a top club. Jackson's biggest weakness was always finishing, constantly missing 1-versus-1 situations with goalkeepers, blasting the ball over the bar from close range. That miss against Everton, where he somehow hit the post with the goal gaping, still haunts Chelsea fans.
And Nicolas Jackson denied by Anana. Big save from a player.
Chukwu pressurising Newcastle. Sterling sends it.
And Jackson.
Well, Chelsea. Sterling in behind. Can he finish it here? Oh, it's stepped over by Jackson. What a miss.
Reece James again. Jackson!
Shoved it a little. Mudrik's corner and Jackson's miss.
The sitter he squandered in the Club World Cup semi-final against Fluminense when he hit the near post instead of passing to the unmarked Cole Palmer was criminal. In his 65 Premier League matches for Chelsea, Jackson scored 24 goals, but should have scored closer to 35 based on the chances he received. Meanwhile, Joao Pedro is a much better finisher. Look at his clinical one-on-one goal against Newcastle United, where he rounded the keeper with composure and slotted home. See the one he scored against Leeds United recently, taking one touch and finishing calmly under pressure.
Not making too many opportunities.
Maybe now Palmer threading one through for Joao Pedro. Lifts it over Darlow and into the...
Pedro doesn't panic in front of goal. He makes smart decisions and executes them with precision.
Increasing as the youngster has to set it up, and it's absolutely broken perfectly for Joao Pedro. So Esteban makes an instant impact, and the beneficiary is all about Brazil.
Oh, Van der Ven. Caicedo went through him. Big chance for Joao Pedro, and Chelsea have the lead.
Joao Pedro has 10 Premier League goals in 25 matches. This season with a 7.21 average rating from FotMob. That rating is significantly higher than Jackson ever achieved consistently. Pedro's finishing technique is just superior. He can finish with both feet, he can head the ball powerfully, and he rarely misses big chances that strikers are expected to convert. Here's a question for you. Do you think Chelsea made the right decision moving on from Nicolas Jackson to Joao Pedro? Drop your answer in the comments below. Area number 2, better shooter from distance. While Joao Pedro is not yet the finished product, he's a far better shooter than Jackson ever was. His 2 goals against Napoli in the Champions League on January 28, 2026 are a perfect case study showing he has many varieties of scoring. A thunderbolt from 25 yards out with his left foot that crashed off the crossbar and in. Then a clinical counterattack finish with his right foot. That's versatility. His 2 goals against Fluminense in the Club World Cup semi-final on July 8, 2025 showed the same thing. One was a sensational curling effort from outside the box in the 18th minute. The other was a powerful strike that hammered in off the crossbar after a fine solo run. Joao Pedro has many goals in his catalog, scored from different positions, with different techniques, in different situations. Unlike Jackson, whose 95% of goals came from inside the penalty area. In fact, Jackson's first ever Premier League goal from outside the box came against Everton in April 2025, his 24th Premier League goal overall. That's shocking for a striker who played 65 Premier League matches. Only 2 goals from outside the box in his entire Chelsea career, the Everton strike and one against Bournemouth. Joao Pedro can literally score from anywhere on the pitch. Long-range thunderbolts, place finishes, headers, tap-ins. He has every type of goal in his locker. That makes him much more dangerous and much harder for defenders to predict. Here's another question. Which Joao Pedro goal has been your favorite so far this season? Let me know in the comments. Area number 3. Both are good link-up experts, but Joao Pedro is more creative. One of Nicolas Jackson's biggest strengths was his ability to link up play with teammates. He created 39 chances in his debut Premier League season, the 3rd most in the Chelsea squad. His assist to Cole Palmer against Bournemouth was brilliant, using a simple pass to break through Bournemouth's defense at the perfect moment. Joao Pedro has 10 Premier League goals in 25 matches. This season with a 7.21 average rating from FotMob. That rating is significantly higher than Jackson ever achieved consistently. Pedro's finishing technique is just superior. He can finish with both feet, he can head the ball powerfully, and he rarely misses big chances. Another example was his assist to Pedro Neto in the game against LAFC in the Club World Cup. Do you think Chelsea made the right decision moving on from Nicolas Jackson to Joao Pedro? And awareness created space for others. Area number 2. But Joao Pedro is capable of doing exactly that. While Joao Pedro is not yet the finished product of it. He's a far better shooter than Premier League assists this season. Alongside his 2 goals against Napoli in the Champions League in January 2026. With his left foot, his pass to assist Pedro Neto in the 5-1 thrashing. Then a clinical counterattack finish with his right foot showed his vision, versatility, and awareness. His 2 goals against Chelsea's attacking play in the Club World Cup deep to receive the ball, July 8th, threading passes between defenders, creating space. One was a sensational curling effort from outside the box before joining Chelsea. Pedro was a powerful strike involvement hammered every in 143 minutes in the Premier League. Joao Pedro has many goals. That was the best minutes per goal scored from different positions of any Brighton player in the competition, with a minimum of 10 goals and assists. Jackson, 28 goals, 95% of goals in 3 came from inside the penalty area. 96 in fact, Premier League Jackson's first ever Premier League goal from outside the box. The difference between Jackson and Pedro is that Joao brings more unpredictability overall to Chelsea's attack. That's shocking. Jackson was a striker who played 65 defenders knew he would try to run in behind. Only 2 goals from outside the box in his entire Pedro can do everything. The Everton he can play as a traditional Bournemouth. Number 9. Joao Pedro can literally score from anywhere on the pitch. He can drift wide, long-range thunderbolts. He can hold up the ball, place finishes. He can spin defenders, tap in. He's a complete modern striker. Every type of goal. Chelsea signed Joao Pedro from Brighton. That makes him much more dangerous. £65 million for defenders in July 2025. Here's another question. He's already proving Joao Pedro every single has been your favorite. 10 Premier League goals and 4 assists in his first season. Area number 3 goals in the Club World Cup, including a brace in the semifinal. But Joao Pedro multiple goals in the Champions League. One of Nicolas Jackson's biggest strengths across his ability to link up play with teammates. Nicolas Jackson created 39 chances at Bayern debut Premier Bundesliga goals this season. The third most was a decent striker for Chelsea. His assist 17 goals in all competitions against Bournemouth season was respectable. Using a simple pass to break through Bournemouth's defense, he wasn't versatile enough. Joao Pedro creative enough 10 Premier League lead the line for a club with Chelsea's this season with a 7.21 the upgrade from Jackson to Joao Pedro. That rating is significantly higher than Chelsea's attack looks more fluid, more dangerous, finishing more unpredictable. It's just superior. Pedro gives Liam Rosier tactical flexibility. He can head the ball powerfully, and he rarely misses big chances. Pedro can play alongside Liam that strikers are in a 2-striker system. Here's a question for you. He can play as a false 9. Do you think Chelsea made the right decision moving on from Nicolas Jackson? He can even drift wide and let Esteban come inside. In the comments below. That versatility is priceless. Better shooter from distance. So Chelsea fans, while Joao Pedro is not yet the finished product, how many goals will Joao Pedro score than Jackson by the end of this season across his 2 goals against Napoli in the Champions League 15, on January 28th, 2026, 25, perfect case study showing drop your prediction in the comments, of scoring. Smash that like button, a thunderbolt, hit subscribe, from 25 yards out with his left foot and I'll catch crashed off the crossbar and keep the blue flag, then a clinical counterattack finish with